If you're here strictly for the real video, you can skip forward with the timestamp. But before we get into anything tactical today, let me give a small story time. Hi, I'm Kachi, and it's been approximately 19 days since I uploaded anything on this channel, which is very unusual for me. I'm not the type to disappear randomly, but this time, everything piled up at once. eFootball became so frustrating and boring to the point where opening the app felt like punishment. My YouTube channel also started acting suspicious, almost like it was shadow banned. No evidence, but the symptoms were giving something is wrong somewhere. And on top of all that, balancing academics with multiple jobs drained my energy so much that creating content started feeling like a full-time chore instead of something I enjoyed. But I'm back now, reset and ready to continue. The aim of this video is simple: to talk about the most effective formation I've noticed in eFootball. And before anybody starts sharpening their pitchforks, let me say this clearly. I'm not here to claim this is the best formation in the game, or that it will give you automatic wins, or that you'll suddenly turn into a Division 1 monster. What I'm saying is that this formation is far more balanced than people think, and it solves certain problems the current state of eFootball forces us to deal with. Because right now, there are three major headaches in the game: the smart assist merchants, the cross spammers, and the infamous Capello airlines, the people who now use link-up play like it's spiritual warfare. No build-up, no tactics, just power, speed, and prayer. Now, after being away for almost 3 weeks, I downloaded the game again. And for the first time in months, Konami actually showed mercy by letting me pack the new pedri on a single spin. The one with the magic feet skill that feels like it's bending the rules of animation. Immediately, I started testing different setups to see what could handle the chaos that has taken over the game. And surprisingly, the formation that stood out wasn't one of the mainstream ones. It was the 3-3-1-3. Yes, 3 defenders, 3 midfielders, 1 attacking midfielder, and 3 attackers. Sounds unusual, but hear me out because this is the most balanced system I've used in eFootball 26. Let me break it down in the most natural way possible. First, your defensive line needs a certain kind of structure. You want a build-up center back who can keep the game calm and steady. And beside him, a destroyer who can aggressively clean up anything that tries to pass through the middle. The third defender can be whatever defensive style you personally feel comfortable with, but mixing a build-up and a destroyer gives you the stability you need for this shape. You don't need all 3 defenders to have the same playstyle because the beauty of this formation is how it naturally covers space. In the defensive midfield position, you must use an anchorman. This is non-negotiable. The anchorman stays back, creates an extra layer of protection, and basically acts as a 4th center back whenever your team is under pressure. Even without additional defensive instructions, the anchorman holds his position and provides balance. A lot of people overlook how important this is, especially against long ball merchants. Moving into the midfield, the 2 central midfield positions need specific playstyles to make this system work. On one side, you need an orchestrator, someone who controls the tempo, receives under pressure, and links everything together. On the other side, you need a box-to-box midfielder. This is the engine of the team, the player who supports the defense when needed, and still joins attacks at the right time. These two complement each other perfectly in this setup. Then comes the attacking midfielder. Now, everybody knows that the hole player is considered the strongest role for the AMF position. They make runs, they score goals, they're dangerous. But in this formation, a creative playmaker fits better. You need someone capable of creating unpredictable passes and exposing angles you normally wouldn't see. A hole player will join the attack and look to score, but a creative playmaker will unlock passing lanes that open the entire front line. Now here's the funny part. Throughout this whole formation, you only need 1 individual instruction. Just one. You don't need to start assigning defensive roles, hugging the touchline, or inverted runs. The only instruction you need is to set your orchestrator to attacking. When your orchestrator is on attacking, he pushes forward during counters and acts like a second attacking midfielder. This gives you 5 players committed to the attack, while your box-to-box midfielder naturally drops back with the anchorman to support the defense. The result? 5 players attacking and 5 players defending. Equal pressure, equal stability, and now the front 3. This is where things get beautifully chaotic. Your center forward should be a goal poacher, someone who stays high, moves into space, and finishes quickly. Your second striker should be a fox in the box, and your second attacking midfielder should be a classic number 10. I know this combination sounds extremely unnecessary. It doesn't even sound logical when you read it out loud. But the movements these three create together are ridiculous. The goal poacher stretches the line, the fox in the box constantly attacks gaps, and the classic number 10 floats around creating confusion. Their combined movement destroys defensive structure, creates unpredictable passing lanes, and opens up opportunities for dribbles, low crosses, quick 1-2s, and even unexpected long shots. Now let's talk about why this formation handles the three major frustrations in eFootball. Capello Airlines, otherwise known as modern link-up play, relies on catching your defense off guard with fast, direct passes. But because your anchorman stays deep and your back three are positioned tightly, those long, hopeful through balls become far less effective. The shape naturally denies the space those players rely on. Against cross-spammers, the midfield shifting and the extra defensive coverage give you enough bodies to close down the wings, challenge crosses, and clear second balls. And then there's smart assist. Honestly, I can't lie here. I don't fully understand why this formation disrupts it so well. I just know that whenever I use the 3-3-1-3, smart assist players start hesitating. Their AI gets confused and their perfect timing suddenly becomes a little off. Maybe it's the overload in midfield. Maybe it's the spacing. Maybe it's just eFootball witchcraft working in my favor. But it genuinely disrupts their rhythm. So yeah, that's the entire breakdown of the most effective formation I've noticed in eFootball. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you drop a comment, share your experience, and subscribe if you're new here. This is Kachi, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.